Hello Fitbit friends again. Seeing a lot of discussion on activities, logging activities, manually entering activities on MyFitnessPal or Lose It. And so I want to try to break some of the controversy, and since Craig here, he's not real good at typing. I don't type. Sometimes when I'm talking, I talk things I don't mean to talk, and I get people a little bit upset with me. I hurt some feelings, and I don't necessarily mean to, but that I can't help. I've tried and I can't, so there we go. But anyway, what we're talking about today is logging and recording activities, whether using our dear old trusted Fitbit or by manually entering your activities. And when I say manually entering, I'm talking about whether you manually enter in the logging of Fitbit itself, or if you're talking about going to MyFitnessPal or Lose It and going to there tracking your exercises and entering. First of all, Lose It and MyFitnessPal are both great programs. They both got, and the reason I say they're both great is because they both have wonderful food databases. Both have excellent food databases. MyFitnessPal, in my opinion, does have a lot better food database than Lose It, but they both still have a lot, 1,000 times better food base than Fitbit does. That's very unfortunate, because those of you that know me, that have been around me since your beginning with Fitbit, and that I've been around since, well, over 2 years with Fitbit, using it, and I am an avid user. I believe in it. You know, it's hard for me to say anything that against Fitbit. It really is, because I'm such a firm believer in them and their product. But that being said, the food database stinks. So that's my opinion. I have voiced this opinion with Fitbit in a little bit more diplomatic way. Whether they're working on the food database or not, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I wished I could. But anyway, let's get down to the activities tracker. And I'm going to start from basics, because there's a lot of people that have never used the Fitbit, or that are only been using it a week or two, all the way up to those who have used it for 3 years, and even some that have used it since this thing came out 3 years ago. Still don't truly understand the record button, or activity button as I call it. Your activity button, see if I can get this thing viewed in here to where we can see it, is going to be this little button right here. This is the one that you use to record. So we used to call it a sleep button. Well, it's not just a sleep button. Okay, you press and hold it for 2 seconds. If you've got the Ultra Fitbit, you'll see a stopwatch come up. If you've still got the classic Fitbit, it'll say start when you first start it. Then when you're done with any activity, whether it be yard work, riding a bicycle, going for your daily run, or if you have slept for the night, you press and you hold it again. And on both of them, it'll come up and say stop. Now, that has just done away with that has just put you in activity in. What seems to be a little bit, one of the newer problems that I'm hearing, is people questioning, well, how does it get the two of them combined together? Or how do I keep it from separating? How do I keep it from separating an activity from my full steps? And because I want them added together, folks, it always adds them together. That activity just sets you a different activity period log for that time period, to where you can for that particular time period, so you can see what you did during that time period, but it is still added here in your total activities. It's still added here in your total floors, still added here in your miles for the day and your calories for the day. It has handled all of that for you. It's just that it has gone and made a separate record, okay? So now, just like this morning, I woke up from work, and here's my sleep record. Well, you see, it didn't look real good, but those of you that know me know that I'm a firefighter. I was on duty last night, so we did get woke up a couple of times, and that does show. But I still left it as a sleep because it was interfering with what was my regular sleep pattern. Some people don't want to do that. That's, you know, my doctor likes to see this because it gives him an idea of how much disturbance I'm getting during my actual sleep. And there again, everybody's got different opinions, and a lot of people don't like, just flat out, I'll tell you, the sleep log's worthless. Well, it's not worthless. It just may not do some of the things that you want it to do, but I personally can't afford a $5,000 piece of equipment to put electrodes on my head every night and my whole body to record all body functions. Probably a whole lot more than that, really. And my insurance company's not going to pay for it. So I'll take what the Fitbit gives me. It lets me know that I've had some movement. Now then, for doing these activities. Now, if you have done a true walk or true run or whatever, and you saw how I stopped and started my Fitbit. Once you have stopped that Fitbit, it will record, it will do a log record. And it will record it as an activity. Hopefully this will now show me 2 after I do a refresh here. And folks, you do have to refresh your screens. It don't just, it's not like sitting and watching a ticker for Wall Street. It's not just sitting there automatically changing every 10 seconds for you. Sorry, it don't. It didn't do it. So I'm going to manually put my Fitbit on the tracker, on the base. And now that I'm going to do it. But anyway, if you're trying to get it, and it may take it, because say it had just been about 7 minutes since it had done its. So I was not within the 15-minute time range. So I'm having to manually tell it to do it. Now then, you can see right here, maybe, that it's got 2 activities recorded. So that's the one that where I was just showing you how to turn it on and off. The second one is, the other one's the one I did for a couple of minutes before, just so we could all know and understand what I'm fixing to do. And if y'all excuse me 1 second, I'm going to keep talking a little bit. I've got to get the battery charger. Okay, what I'm getting ready to show you is how is various ways to use these manually recorded, well, not manually recorded, physically recorded through the Fitbit, logs, okay, using the Fitbit activity tracker. To me, this tracker can be your best friend if you'll use it. It is my most favorite part of the Fitbit altogether. But anyway, now then, we have, well, first of all, say you recorded your sleep last night and you turned it off this morning and you're not seeing a sleep recorded. First of all, you may have to put it manually on the base like I did. It happens, okay? Sometimes you have to manually put it on the base to get it to record. Sometimes you just need to be patient and wait that 10 or 15 minutes to let the base and the Fitbit find each other. Patience, I have found, thank goodness I'm not the only person in the world that's shy of patience, because a lot of people think the minute they walk by their base it should be recorded, and that's just not the case. You have to give it time, and you do have to manually refresh the page. Manually refresh the page. Because like I said, it don't just sit here and update every 30 seconds or every 5 seconds. But anyway, now then, let's see, if you'll look, let me see if I can get it down, get my camera to zoom in here. if you look right there, you'll see it says 2 activities recorded. Okay? So we've got the 2 recorded activities. Well, you know, I was outside mowing the yard during one of these activities. So say this one right here. I was outside mowing the yard, which, you know, we know, those of you that know me know that I can't do nothing in 3 minutes. Well, but anyway, we'll leave that. But I was mowing the yard. Okay, cool. I don't want to use this particular log, and I don't want to just give it a name. But what I do want to do is use this log's times, because if you look, let me get it up here. If you look right there, it tells you what times I was actually on, was actually recording. So, now then, if I were mowing the yard, it says it's a 3-minute log period, okay? So I could come back up here and say, in the activity logs, put mowing, riding mower, because I'm lazy, I do ride mower. Then I'm going to put down the 3 minutes. Then I'll put down the time that it said, which I believe was 09, 03. I will log that activity, and now then that has taken the place of the, well, it hasn't really taken place, but it has written in the same time period as the manual, as the one that the Fitbit recorded. Now the way I do mine, okay, this is the way Craig does his. I will come back to this one. We'll say I had the times wrong. I'll come back to this one and I will delete it out. Once I have put that manual entry into it, I will come back and I will delete it out, because I don't need the 2. That's basically duplication, although Fitbit ain't going to let you double write most stuff. It's a duplication. So I would come back over here. Whoops, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to zoom the camera in and out. I would come back over and I would delete this entry. I would come back over and delete this entry. But since I'm going to use this entry for something else, I'm not going to do that. But while I'm thinking about it, I am going to go ahead and delete the entry that I just manually added, because that's not anything either. Okay, now then, another thing is sometimes we'll wake up and we'll do our stop from sleeping, from our sleep, and we won't see a sleep record even after it has synced a couple of times. You've got an area right here that right now says switch to sleep record. I can click on that and it'll make it think that I had a sleep for that time period. Now then, I'm going to view it and I'm going to change it back, because I didn't do that. I didn't do that little 3-minute sleep. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to edit it again. And once again, it gives me an option to switch it back to an activity record. That's what it needs to be. Okay? So I hope you folks are seeing what I'm saying. You can take and just use these times to come up here and manually enter you an activity and then remove it from down there, but you'll have your exact times that you were doing. Say that weightlifting, okay? Weightlifting. Fitbit does not record weightlifting good. Recumbent bikes, it does not do well. It does them, but it don't do them well. So, you know, there are some activities that don't record stuff real well. And you got to remember, if you're weightlifting, everybody wants to know why they're not getting steps. Well, you know, I don't know many weightlifters that are walking a mile while they're lifting weights. They're in an area, but it is recording their upper body activities and stuff to still give you an activity level and show calorie burns. So now then, another thing that you can do with these recorded activities is you can name them. if you want to. So say if this one was actually a walk that I went and did with my dog for today, I can come back in here and put down walk the dog. And then if I want to make notes that the dog drugged me around the yard, the dog decided he didn't want to walk halfway through it and I had to carry his big hind end the rest of the way, I can put those kind of notes. If, for my convenience, I want to put that my times are a little bit slow because it happens to be 101 degrees Fahrenheit and we happen to have a heat index of 122 today, so I sort of slowed my pace down, I can put those kind of notes in here too. Then I can click on update and I can save that log. And now then I've got it marked as walking the dog. And you see I've got another one here and I could come down and do the exact same thing to this one. So that's what I'm telling you folks, is use your Fitbit. That, goodness gracious, it's a great tool. It's got everything you need in it for recording your times and stuff. And if you go over and record it on MyFitnessPal, it's probably going to overwrite information that your Fitbit has recorded, and you're duplicating. And God, I hate duplication. Lord have mercy, duplication. But that's me. I just don't like duplication because I'm too lazy to do it. And that's one reason I've quit. That I personally have quit using a food logger, because I don't like having to go from one program to the next, to the next, to the next. And since MyFitnessPal changed the way they put their foods on Fitbit site, I'm not going from back and forth from one to the other to see if it was a box of ice cream I ate that day that made me so bad, or a big piece of Mama's chocolate cake. I want it showing there. So if I'll log on Fitbit. I'll create my own food log, and creating a food log is not as difficult as some people want to make it sound. Once you've created a food log in your food diary, guess what? That food is always there, folks. If you made a special spaghetti Alfredo with your own special stuff and you have figured the calories in it, and you've got that stuff put in, once you have created that food log for you, it is always there. So, you know, I personally had rather do that, create my own little food database, than to have to use 2 or 3 different programs. So that's correct. But anyway, now then, for those of you over across the water in the UK, Australia, the other countries, that I apologize for my poor language, use of language. But that's just Craig. I'm pure Southern boy, Southern U.S. I speak pure Southern U.S. and then some. I've got some of it that I've created myself. So I hope you've all been able to understand what I'm saying. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I don't mind making more videos to try to help people out, and I do most of the time make it a little bit clearer with video. And if you have any questions about this video, please feel free to contact me too. You know, y'all, any of you, look, my Facebook is totally open, so it don't matter if you're on my friends list or not. You can message me. My Fitbit site is totally open, so if you want to friend me on Fitbit, friend me. If you want to friend me as a Fitbit friend on Facebook, friend me. I'm just a real funny person. I have nothing to hide from nobody. I have no skeletons. I don't, and I enjoy talking to everybody. That's the reason I enjoy Facebook, because it is a social media, and to me social media means you get out and meet people, learn to talk to people, and meet other people, be with them. And since I don't have the funds to travel the world to meet people, I do it this way. But anyway, this is my video on using the activity log. If you feel like I've left anything out or I need to add anything, let me know. We'll talk about it, and I may redo the whole video because I think I may have missed some stuff. It's very possible. But anyway, listen, thank you. Hope you enjoy watching. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show you here. See, these right here, I don't need them anymore, so I'm just deleting these. Because like I said, these right here I had put in here just to play with. So I'm just deleting them. But all the numbers back over here on the dashboard, once it goes, yeah, okay. It don't matter with those recorded activities in or out. These numbers are the same. These numbers are the same, regardless. Oh, one thing I did forget. I'm sorry. One thing I did forget. People are looking at their lifetime steps, and I've been hearing people say, "Oh my God, I've really done 2 million steps." It does not count manually recorded steps towards your lifetime achievement. It does not count manually added calories, steps, miles, or anything. If you manually added it, then it will not show it here and in your lifetime. You might see it when if you pull up the premium package thing and look at your premium package and see what steps you had. It might show it. But for badges and stuff, you're not going to get a 6 million step or a 5 million step lifetime badge if you manually entered 500,000 of the 5 million steps that you got. When it has physically recorded on the Fitbit is when you will get your 5 million step badge. Have a great day. Thank you. And hopefully I didn't get too long-winded, and probably did. Y'all have a great day.